Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another live session with the Hype Magazine. I'm your editor-in-chief, Jerry Doby, and today, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are in the world, we're bringing you a dynamic young artist. She goes by the name of Seraphina, and I just want to say, don't let the smooth taste of the name fool you. She's got grit, Jack, and she's holding folks accountable with her new single, You're the One to Blame. Seraphina, thank you so much. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So cool, so cool. Love your work, what I've heard so far. Love your energy. Shout out on that twister though.
Yeah.
I saw you handle that business. I love it.
Yeah.
That was fun to watch. That was fun to watch. But you're young, 16, right? I think I have that right, 16. And
Yep.
enjoying life as a kid, as well as a creative. And I'm telling you, she's turning the industry on its ear real quick. Let's get the introspective of how you, from the inside looking out, see the artist Seraphina.
Me?
Am I talking? Yeah, we talking.
Oh, I thought this was like a rhetorical question to the audience.
It's all good. No, I said from the inside looking out. It's an introspective question. Yeah.
Okay.
How you see the artist Seraphina.
Um, I see it as like an extension of myself. Obviously, I'm not the exact person I am to like my friends and my family, but I'm what I want to show the world, which is also who I am inside.
Okay, perfect. Uh, latest single, You're the One to Blame. These are la-di-da questions, and you tell me if you want me to ask you something different. But obviously, we want to know what inspired you to write the song and what's the
Um,
takeaway.
what inspired me to write this song is a bunch of people who always tell me that, oh, you're the problem, oh, you're the problem, when they're most of the time the problem. And the song is mainly like a clapback to say, hey, you call me a problem? Well, you're the problem.
Okay, holding people accountable, like I said. She's like, you're not gonna push me around like this. No, I'm not standing for the bullying. So great takeaway. Uh, trained in acting, dance, vocal theatrical performance at the Chicago Academy of the Arts. She's something special. Influenced your approach to music. Talk to me about that. And then there's a follow-on to that as well.
Yeah, I have a lot of musical theater music experience, which is very different than the music that I write, but it does help like vocally how I like do my vocals when I'm recording
Mhm.
because you're using the same voice no matter what. You sing how you sing. And when I record music videos, obviously like it's not the truth of what is actually happening, so I do have to incorporate acting into that. And I also incorporate dance because in some of my music videos, I have to do some movement or just dance or just like fill up time with like movement. And sometimes I have to come up with that on the fly, but
Mhm.
try my darndest.
Uh, wait. So you could freestyle dance sometimes in your video. You
I
just let
can't say it's the best, but I can do it.
are you having fun doing it?
I have fun doing it.
There you go. That's enough. I'm a two-stepper. So whatever you do is gonna be perfect. I'm here. You know, 1, 2, 1, 2. Leave me alone. I'm good. So what ways do you incorporate the different disciplines? Well, you kind of addressed it, but what prepared you probably more for the big breakout and being on stage, you know, singing your own music, trusting people with your presentation of your art. How did the Chicago Academy for the Arts help you, and how do you incorporate those things that you learned?
It also was my first high school experience, which high school is an incredibly different experience from like middle school or elementary school. So even just going to a high school, whether or not performance arts or not, it helped me grow as a person and realize that there are a lot of people who are just mean and you got to just deal with them. And you can't just like go home and like whine about it. I mean, you can write a song about it, which I did, but you can't just, you got to do something about it.
I love the intestinal fortitude. That's heroic. It's inspirational. Just be a good human being. Stand on all 10 toes. Be good. Some people call your music a blend of rock, pop, heavy metal. Um, Talk to me about your unique sound and what drew you to those particular genres to create this pot of gumbo.
My dad listens to a lot of rock and heavy metal music, and he always listens to it when I drive to school, just anytime we're like going anywhere. It's that type of music. And so that always been incorporated into my life. So I incorporated it into my music. And for pop, I used to always like when I was younger, I used to listen to like 2010s pop on the radio. I don't really listen to it as much now, but I used to listen to it all the time when I was younger. So both of those like inspired me to make a little mixture of them.
I like the adventures, kind of like Miles Davis, what he did with jazz, like I'm gonna just different sounds, sonics, timings, et cetera, et cetera. So that made it really fun and not backpackage. That's not an insult. That's like you were a young person, a young artist with depth that made somebody with a bunch of gray hair lean forward and go, wow. And to be fair, I started working my in the clubs at a rock club in California called the Coconut Teaser. It's closed now, but all the, Guns N' Roses, all those guys came through. So yeah, I was familiar with what I was going to hear conceptually. And I was not disappointed at all. Not at all. So you're young, but you've achieved a lot in your career already. Things are moving fast.
Yeah.
Um, what challenges have you faced along the way that, stuck with you, particularly the lessons learned from those challenges along the way, and how are they shaping you as you move forward?
The hardest part about doing this, especially as young as I'm doing it now, is that I have to balance like originally you just have to balance like school and a social life, which like every teenager does. But I also have to balance like recording music and filming music videos along with that and like thinking of songs and writing music along with that. And sometimes it can get a little bit stressful. So all I have to do is just what I had to do was find what made me calm during those times. Most of the time, it would just be like a short break, and then I'd go back into what I was doing.
Mhm. Okay. The mental health is certainly something that we have to pay attention to and don't let ourselves get overwhelmed. It can be hectic, especially when you're exploding and people are going, where did this person come from? We want more. And so it's an amazing thing to have a parent there by your side, guiding you and paying attention. I was very happy to send over questions for your father to review. That is what I would do for my child. And I believe that that can give you some peace of mind knowing that, this person's really, got your back and your best interest at heart. So your music is young, obviously, and I'm jealous of youth. So when you're talking about this new age adolescent journey and you're encouraging, listeners to embrace their true selves as you're, coming to know who you are at a young age and as a young professional, do you have any highlights that perhaps have inspired the lyrics? I know you said you're aggravated by being bullied, and that's inspirational enough to cap back at them. But anything outside of that, that inspires you to write, and are any of the interactions with your supporters and fans also influential as you maybe share their stories that are similar to yours?
Most of my music that I've written is like written like a year ago. So it is a bit old, so I haven't really had time to like interact with like fans and like incorporate that into my music. But a lot of the issues like are like stuff that happened like earlier that day that sometimes I over exaggerate a bit and just write as a lyric. One of my favorite lyrics that I wrote that is out right now is surrounded by so many people. Wait, why'd you leave me at the worst time? Now I'm truly alone, surrounded by so many people. Now I want to go home, which is like really true because sometimes you are alone, but you're surrounded by so many people, and it's worse than being just alone.
You know, that's a tough lesson to learn early. Um, but you're making through it. You're smiling, your eyes are smiling, the music is making you happy. The music obviously is a takeaway for you. It's an exhale, and it's doing you well. Those were the preset questions. So now, is there anything that you as an artist would like to talk about? Maybe your love for the music. What really demands from you that you do music?
What I love about music is how diverse it can be. Like, there's classical music where there's no words, and there's rock and heavy music, and there's like jazz and blues music, and it's so diverse that almost every single human listens to music, no matter what kind, and it's just a way for humanity as a whole to come together for this one thing. It's just so beautiful how music can be.
This young leader right here, she's, that's deep. I like that. A young leader, magical music. I had so much fun with it. I felt like I dropped 10 years. Might not be a big difference to you, 50 to 60, but it's a huge difference for my bones and ligaments. So you lit me up. You gave me some energy and gave me pride that a young person, someone from the next generation, is standing up and making it, okay to champion peace amongst individuals and acceptance and taking responsibility for your actions and holding others accountable as well. So, is there anything you wanted to cover that I may have neglected?
No, that's all.
Okay, awesome. All right, Seraphina, you're the one to blame. It's out right now on Bungalow Universal Music Group, on all the DSPs. It's amazing. If you really want to have some fun and watch the growth of this young lioness, you have to check out her video with Twista. She rocked with one of the best to do it and stood toe to toe. That was dope. And now you're the one to blame. Just shows she still has the fire to get the message out and be impactful. Seraphina, give me your socials and where they can find you.
Seraphina.Sanan on Instagram and TikTok, and Seraphina on all music platforms.
Right. The Hype Magazine live sessions. Seraphina, you're the one to blame. Yeah. Till next time. Peace.
As an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Cause I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Cause I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out to Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.